What's up, everybody? Let me tell y'all, it has been a struggle making this video here. Not even gonna lie. So, I've been trying to make this video since Friday, so I know it's important for me to get information out there. The inconsistencies happen. Things been happening in my reality to not let me make this video. So today I'm gonna get this information out. I won't be able to group share right now, cause one of the inconsistencies that happened was my other phone that I usually charge, it got knocked off the charger by one of my family members, and I didn't know it while I was asleep. So I got up to an uncharged phone, but that's alright. That's cool. We gonna be alright. It happens. Shit happens. So let's begin. I'm just gonna put the information out there today, and I'll just share this video with y'all, and we're gonna be good to go. You see what I'm saying? Just gonna let y'all know what the three major types of empaths is, and then I'll just share it later with everybody. Go live with Noble Demeter. Well, let me put the information out there, Noble Demeter, and we can talk later. First, let me at least put it on out there first. So let's check it. Let's get into it. First of all, what is an empath? An empath is a person. Well, let's break down the word empath before we even do that. Empath means, it's short for electromagnetic, and then path is the ley lines, and it represents the ley lines and energy currents both on the earth and inside you that electromagnetic energy flow. So that's what the word empath actually breaks down to. Now, what is an empath? An empath is an old soul, starseed, natural person, natural spiritual person who incarnates on the planet to help raise the vibration of the planet. Now, with this come positives and negatives. The negatives, a lot of the beings in this world, through studying our mystical sciences, occult sciences, know when y'all were born and know how y'all timeline is going to go. They look into the future with advanced technologies to see how y'all timeline gonna go, and they hack your timeline and put in place different people, different things that happen in your life to disrupt your timeline. What's up, Miss Mimi? So and keep you in a vibration of fear. That's their main agenda, to keep you in a vibration of fear. Because if the empath is in fear, then a true old soul is in fear, and they know as long as that empath is in fear, everything around them is gonna reflect fear. You see what I'm saying? The reality around them may corrode, or there may be real problems, or situations may go down, or whatever. It happens with everybody. Now, with that being said, as the positives of being an empath is you're naturally gifted. Depending on which type of empath it is, you're gifted with a set of abilities naturally. Now, say for my example, myself, I'm a physical empath. So I'm naturally gifted with martial skill, survival instincts, naturally gifted with military awareness, observational skills, stuff like that. Those are all my natural gifts. My body is a little stronger than most. I can hit harder, take harder hits. You know, iron body, like in the kung fu movies, like I used to tell y'all in my other videos. So my bad. So what's happening here is what's happening here is depending on what you is, we gonna say an emotional empath. Emotional empath is a natural person who feels. They harness the raw, energetic emotional energy on the planet, and they pick up on the emotions of people all around them. This is the biggest empath group here, emotional empaths. They pick up on all these emotions around them, and what's worse, they pick up on so much of another person's emotions, they embody that person. And so they have to live as that person for a while till they figure out that these are not their emotions, these are somebody else's emotions. You see what I'm saying? So this is the hardest. This is the hardest path. What up, Sonya? Sonja. Hope I said your name right. Yeah. So they pick up on this all this emotional energy, take the emotional baggage of person, and until they figure out that this is not their emotions, this is someone else's emotions that they absorbed around them, they have a hard time finding their balance, finding their center. Like I said, as a physical empath, we are conduits for the raw life force of the planet. You see what I'm saying? Like think. We get naturally gifted with the chi energies or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And the cost of that is we can naturally enhance our environment or elevate our environment or destroy our environment. And we can either, if we real unbalanced, we can corrode the people in our reality physically, or we can elevate the people in our reality physically and they get stronger and healthier. So now the third empath is what we know as the soul empath. Now the soul empath is a natural conduit between they naturally take in the energies and vibrations of another person's soul. You see what I'm saying? They can take on the baggage of a person's soul. You know, this person may be dealing with a death. This person may be hurting at a soul level, and a soul empath can come in and talk to them. And on that soul level, they start to feel better and get stronger. Now, the problem with this is, of course, there's a positive and a negative to it. The negatives of being a soul empath is you start to see things that is not that you would experience if you was on the other side of the equation. Like you may see spirits, you may see you may see the afterlife and what's going on that side of the equation. Now, this is not necessarily inherently a negative gift in itself, but since we not taught about that aspect, the afterlife and all that, then it is negative because it will scare the shit out of you to see spirits walking down the street and you don't know how to deal with that. Especially if the motherfuckers can see you too and they walk up to you and start talking to you. So, with that being said, it can trip you out. It'll throw you off greatly. But that comes from harnessing the raw soul energy of the planet, and dealing with the soul baggage of other people. You see what I'm saying? This is my other phone, y'all, and I ain't got another case, so this one may slide around a little bit because it's not in a case, so, and it's real small and thin. But so that may happen from time to time. But anyway, with this empathy, like I was saying, soul empaths, y'all harness the raw soul energy of the planet and take on the soul baggage of the planet, and y'all take that soul energy, heal it, and redistribute it out into the world. That's what makes a soul empath so powerful. There are many actually way more soul empaths than you think. They just don't know that they're soul empaths, and they be seeing these things, and the people in the world around them don't even know what the fuck they be talking about because they can't see the other realm. They can't see the other side of the equation. It's the afterlife. They can't see the astral worlds. They can't see that. And these people are naturally gifted with seeing those realms and the people in it. So, with that being said, that's how soul empaths. That's what soul empaths are dealing with. So now, this is where it gets good for an empath. If an empath manages to master their empathic energies, then they upgrade to the next level. Now, an emotional empath, we're going to start with them since they the most known. An emotional empath will upgrade to a psychic. Oracles, gypsies, mediums, stuff like that. As a psychic, you acquire psychic abilities. You can see the future. You can jump into people, jump out of people. You can let's see. What's another good one for y'all? You can let's see. Through your emotional energy, you can be more mental telepathy. That's another emotional empathy ability. You can even go so far as to make harness the psychic energies around you into a cyborg. That's what they call them as well. So that's what you're dealing with. You can do many other things that I've seen. I've seen emotional empaths change their eye colors. I've seen emotional empaths. What else I've seen them do? And I'm just trying to think of the abilities off the top of my head here. Let's see. When they get strong on their level, they can manipulate emotions. You see what I'm saying? They don't just have to take the baggage of emotions. They can transmit emotions now. They can send it out again into the real world. You see what I'm saying? They just not taking on the baggage no more, and purifying the emotional energy and sending it back to that person. Now they had the power to transmit emotional energy out into the world and amplify the people around. They call it amplification in the emotional empathy department. So they get real more powerful in that aspect. It seems that the more stronger they become, the more I would like to say psychic, the more their psychic abilities enhance, especially if they're practicing them, and the more they can see into the timelines. Depending on the emotional impact, they can even go so far as to manipulate the timelines. They just on their levels. They can stop time, reverse time, move time, all that. So they can project their energy bodies inside of you, see what's going on inside of you, gather the intel, and they can come back and talk to you what's going on and awaken abilities inside of you. How about that? That's another thing I've seen in the emotional empath do. So those are just a few things the emotional empath can do once they upgrade to psychic after they master their empathy, because empathy is a gateway ability also. And I don't hear a lot of people talk about that. You see what I'm saying? It being a gateway ability, because a lot of people just doing this all raw intuition. It ain't that they wouldn't talk about it, it's just they doing it as all raw intuition, and they kind of figured out a way to through their life path or whatever. They figure out a way to just master it and set themselves in it, and it upgrades them to sight. So that's what's happening. Next, I do physical empath next. Do myself. Now, physical empaths, Sonja X, how do you level up to that though? How do you level up to psychic? You gotta, when I said master empathy, you gotta learn to balance, you gotta learn to balance the yin and yang inside you. You know, the everybody has feminine and masculine energies inside of them, dark and light. You gotta learn to balance it at the heart center. Once you learn to balance it and stabilize those energies inside of you at the heart level, by purifying your heart, by purifying all the bullshit that you've been dealing with, a lot of the traumas. Once you clean out and do the shadow work, once you do the shadow work and clean out a lot of those traumas and blockages, your heart chakra will naturally heal and open up, and you will be able to awaken the psychic levels, all your psychic abilities. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you would be able to level up to that point. So I hope that helps, Sandra. Next, you got the physical empath. The physical empath, you could say they level up to Jedi status. You see what I'm saying? They the martial artists. They learn to wield their chi. They learn to project chi out of their hands. I did that in the video, my What is the Force video. Project chi out of my hands and knock objects down or whatever, knock a piece of paper down or whatever. Showed them that they really in tune with the life force. They really in tune. They learn how to channel this life force through their body. This is the high level aspects. They can move faster. They can hit harder. Their instincts are pretty much extra dimensional cause physical empaths could distort time. If the emotional empath can manipulate time, then the physical empath can distort time. Because when you start to generate your these energies or whatever, then you notice that the world around you begins to bend to your will. It's just like it's moving. Like how Neo, when he awoken, because he was a physical empath, he awoken and he was bending time and space all around him to his will. You see what I'm saying? So you unlock that. You unlock a lot of telekinetic abilities, a lot of physical abilities, telekinesis, elemental manipulation like fire bending, water bending, air bending, earth bending, stuff like that. You unlock the iron armor techniques become way stronger. You can take harder hits. You unlock a couple of mental abilities, but they mainly physical, like Jedi mind tricks. How about that? Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Jedi mind tricks. You like the other day I was walking down the street and I went to go run, and this is a big part of physical empath. A lot of y'all gotta do physical exercise, and a lot of physical empaths are doing work that are very, very physical. You see what I'm saying? Like construction, fast food restaurants, stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? They're doing a lot of jobs that are real, real physical. Factory jobs, stuff like that. So I went to go run or whatever, and there was this dog around the corner from my house. He ran up to me and started barking. Right now, after I got through running, and when you do the cardio as a raw life as a physical empath, you channel that raw life force. You see what I'm saying? It explodes and erupts inside of you. So as I was coming back home, the dog ran back up, but since how I was channeling that raw life force, I projected it out into the physical plane, and this time he didn't bark at me. He just looked at me. You see what I'm saying? Because he can pick up on my energy now. He can pick up on my frequency. So these are a lot of abilities of a physical empath. You can channel force fields, do all type of cool stuff. A lot of shit you see with the Jedi and Star Wars. That's a lot of the things you can do as a physical empath. So you can check that out. Yeah, and they natural martial artists as well. Think the Shaolin monks, kung fu, MMA. They natural with all that. 52 blocks, street fighting style, indigenous Black American street fighting style. Check that out. They natural with all of that. They hip to all that. The rhythm of self. They go in, and they have these powers. The negatives of this is because you're a lot stronger now. You can get sicker because when you can absorb people's diseases and shit now because you're on this level, and you purify those diseases out your body through fasting, through regulating your chi through the body and nullifying those those diseases and stuff like that, you know, and purify it, and then you get the energy back to the person, and it makes them healthy. You see what I'm saying? So that's another negative of physical empath. So how about we go to soul empaths? Now, soul empaths, of course, they upgrade naturally to necromancers. Oh shit! Now necromancers have the ability to walk the thin line between life and death, which is why they see spirits, why they're naturally in tune with their soul empty is preparing them for this level. Cause now they walk between these planes, whereas they was just on their soul empty, they was just seeing into them. Now at the necromancer level, they living in those. They living in this reality. They have one foot in the physical and the other foot literally in the spiritual plane, the afterlife planes. You know, the ancestral realms and stuff like that. So they literally living in these two worlds all the time. So and their abilities seeing how they're able to walk this thin line and balance life and death as their natural tetherer, you know, their natural conduit for the soul energies of the planet. They can literally walk up to a spirit or a soul and tell them like, nah, you ain't your body. You see what I'm saying? Just close your eyes and remember that you a soul first and nothing else. And this person will remember that, transmute back to a soul, and they'll send up through a portal back into the primordial realm. That's one ability. And also when they do stuff like that, they receive the energy for doing stuff like that, and it makes them stronger. So for that soul work, you see what I'm saying? It makes them way stronger. They can I call that soul trafficking, helping wandering souls find their way. They can manipulate their soul's wavelength, which is their ability to um regulate their soul's vibration. They can have they usually have my bad y'all. They usually have complete control of their soul bodies. You know, if the psychic manipulating the emotional body, and the emotional empath is manipulating the emotional body, and the physical empath is manipulating the chi body or the meridian body, then the soul empath is manipulating the soul body, which is known as the horror body, the horror system. So they manipulate net, and so they can manipulate their soul vibrations and wavelengths. A wavelength is your pretty much your own natural rhythm and vibration, or a better way of saying it is it's your own natural soul song. So people pick up, they generate people through their soul's frequency. So the higher their frequency and vibrations come, the more they generate people, and the more they become a beacon of light for spirits as well. And spirits walk up to them and ask them like, I'm having a hard time leaving here. It feel like I'm stuck here, and they can help them transition to the primordial realm. They can see deities naturally. They can see they can see all type of cool things. They can interact with them, talk to them, touch them, all that. They can do all that. Ancestral communication, all that is natural gifts of theirs. They go in when it comes to dealing with walking the thin line between life and death. They have a lot of soul abilities. They can project their soul energy into the environment, soul expansion. And they do this to probably, do a little work or whatever, purify the environment while they do their spiritual work. Help the souls. They got a cool ritual called mass souls transition, where they can literally open up a primordial portal. They can literally open up a giant portal in the sky to the primordial realm, and this portal will send out a beacon to all the lost, wandering souls in the environment, and they will get that, remember who they are, transmute the souls, and elevate up out of here through the portals, and they receive a huge amount of soul energy for that, soul upgrades for that. So soul empaths slash necromancers, they go in. They go in. They can summon spirits, of course. They naturally at that. They can summon spirits and souls. And another skill, not only can they summon spirits and souls, whoever they help free and they build a relationship with, like that spirit, or so they build a relationship with after they free. Once they get back to the primordial realm and reacquire their god body, those beings can come back down here and help them in their endeavors. So in their god form. So you see what I'm saying? They really go in. You know, it's real deep with the necromancers, with the soul empaths. You see what I'm saying? So let's see, make sure I got everything. But those are the three major ones. How do you let me see. How do you awaken your empathic abilities? A lot of times you're just gonna go through life, and how it works is the force or the creator is always gonna oversee trials, lessons. They're gonna take you through oversee your trials, lessons, and rituals to make sure that you gain the wisdom and strength you need to deal with these particular psychic abilities and upgrades. You see what I'm saying? So you're gonna go through those trials, tribulations, whatever, those rituals, and then once you get strong enough, you're gonna start unlocking all these powerful abilities. You see what I'm saying? And so and you'll get on your path to do what you need to do. So those are the three major empaths. You know, the three major. You got other derivative empaths, like you may be set to one polarity, like a dark empath or a light empath. Maybe set to one of those or whatever. You may tune into that. Other than that, you got derivatives of other types of empaths, but they usually are derivative of the main three branches or whatever. So like they can tune into the weather naturally. They could they can channel spirits, whatever. It just depends on what that person is gifted with, and they're because everybody, all y'all have a unique skill set that live inside of you, sort of like your own natural martial style, spiritual style, which you came here with, your own martial art, but what you came here with, and you got a series of abilities in there after you master the basics of what you need, which is you mastering your empathy. So once you get into that, think the 5 deadly venoms, the centipede, the snake, the scorpion, the lizard, and the toad. They all had their own styles that they learned from the master. You see what I'm saying? You all have that inside of you already. Your own internal martial art book, or your own internal psychic book, or whatever. It's a spell book, however you like to say it. So there you go. With that being said, y'all got any questions? Miss Mimi added negative. We take on too much other people's stress. Yeah, we live in a cycle of degeneration and destruction. So yeah, the negative, the toxic energies on the planet is strong right now, people. So put up your shields, protect yourself. If you can, get out there in nature, be by yourself, meditate, heal, regenerate. So don't let the people around you join you, because they will. They will. You have a lot of power. Even you need to regenerate. I watched an old movie back in the day, and it's called Gabriel. And Gabriel was a very powerful dude, but he came down from heaven to heal purgatory, and free those souls in purgatory. But he realized while he was there, he had a lot of power, but the more he used his power, the more it would drain him. And when he fought these different beings, he would get a little weaker because he was tired and exhausted, from dealing with all the toxic energies in the area. You see what I'm saying? So watch yourselves with that. Regenerate, heal, lay down, rest. You don't do a lot of sleeping as an empath, so that's natural. That's natural. You have to sleep to recharge. I advise you, if you've never meditated, take up that art too, because you need to clear your mind and body of all these toxic impurities around you. So do that as well. Any other questions before I get up off here? Well, all right, people, I'm about to get off. I hope this helped with the empathy, the different types of empathy and how they work, how you can activate them, and how you can begin to grow and level up to their highest levels and become the master that you was always meant to be. So, with that being said, I'm out. Share this with your friends. Put the word out, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.